now
And
that Zoom updated. And you guys, I am just super excited that we have the opportunity to hear from Jake tonight. The proximity that we're able to have within this company is incredible. The fact that he is taking time when he has a cabin full of people that he is hosting up at the lodge in Utah, and he is taking the time to pour into us. Jake, as you all know, brings over a decade of building a business within this industry. He knows everything there is to know. Every time I hear anything that comes out of his mouth, it just like sits with me and I have to take time to like process it. And then I can't wait to implement all of the things that I've learned and bring them back to you. But it is such a gift tonight that you all get to hear from him as well. So Jake, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. And we're excited to hear what you have.
All right. How's everybody doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's good. I'm as you can tell, I'm up at the lodge. I do have a tired voice that will tell you that we've been doing lots and lots and lots of meetings. And this time of year, it usually kind of, it's an interesting time of year as we meet with all of our employees for end of the year progression. Hopefully they all getting raises and those things. We're meeting with them, and they're actually required. Many of you guys don't know this. All of our employees are required to go through a training with me for 2 solid days. So that starts next week. And then we have this little skit where they get to see a full-blown presentation. They get to see somebody join. They get to see someone get trained. They get to see someone place their first orders. And so we go through the whole process. And so everyone in the company can kind of see in their department how it touches the process from beginning to end. So, and then, you know, Brittany, I know that Lexi, Fluke, you guys are all on here. It's unfortunate, as many of us had predicted 3 months ago. It's unfortunate what's happened to a lot of companies. And so if we wanted to have a dozen to 20 people from other companies in our office every day, 7 days a week, we could. And so we've tried to limit that down now to just Tuesdays. And you're probably seeing all the reels and stuff happening, and the rooms are full. We're just very fortunate. And so I'm grateful to be on here, you guys. I hope you guys saw my message in Q News today. I think we need a couple more days for us to wrap our arms around all the people that joined last month on a record month. And we need to really have integrity and make sure we're taking care of those people. So I thought that tomorrow releasing another big promo probably is a little premature for a lot of the growth we have. And so let's take a week. And I guess the cat's out of the bag. This year, we decided to essentially do 2 Q Fridays, one in November before Thanksgiving and one in December. And so you'll see Mr. and Mrs. Claus next Friday again. I'm excited. I built my own product about 4.5 months ago when I was injured. And my wife's been building a product for about 18 months to address a lot of things that I think some of you may have gone through with different things, from adrenal fatigue and having babies and stubborn weight loss and energy and not sleeping well. And so we're excited to share with you next week. So I'm going to keep my message for you guys pretty easy. And Brittany, you can't tell Brittany I'm going to tell you this, because Brittany's on the other side of that wall, and they're going to hear about this tomorrow. So, Brittany, are you going to tell her? That's not
shaking
like
my head. No.
Yeah, but that's not like a confident no. That was like a mischievous, like, I'm going to be important and tell her.
No, I'm not going to tell her. I'm excited.
Okay. If you've not worked with me before, sorry, but I like to have a lot of fun. And part of having fun is always continually innovating and getting ready for what I believe is trends. So we create some things. So first off, here's my first bit of training to you, okay? We have a pretty big announcement next Friday, the 16th. Like, it's essentially all over again what we did in November. And we're doing this to hopefully help each and every one of you smooth out the track record or smooth out the track so your people, particularly new people, can get going in Q Sciences quicker, sooner. Because always remember, success loves speed. And so if we can help some of these things transition a little bit sooner, it's going to help you. That's why Christmas Cash is so beneficial. And then you guys start seeing this challenge that I'm running with Kimball. Many of you know I've never been a part of any of the challenges that QFit has done. So this is more of a what are you training for? I'm actually getting people ready to train them for what's coming in the first quarter of this upcoming year. And you'll learn most of it at the next convention. So before you go there, I want to teach you a secret, okay? The first secret I want to talk about is distribution always wins. So I'm not here to try to convince you of likeness or lovability or anything with any of the brands I'm going to talk about. I just want to use this as a business philosophy. Why? Because I was 26 years old when my mentor finally had this talk with me. And a lot of things from that day on started making sense as to why I didn't keep some of my teams as long as I could have, and I didn't build as big a teams as I should have. So here we go. About 2011, 2012, any franchisee who owned a McDonald's in the world were called on a very special call. And the current CEO of that time came out and talked about how the revenue for McDonald's had plateaued. It just kind of stayed the same for about 11 or 12 and a half years. And he said, I'm going to warn you all, we're making a huge announcement at our annual shareholder meeting where many of you will be in attendance. This meeting was held in Orlando, Florida within about 4 months of this phone call. Kind of crazy that our next big announcement to you is less than 45 days away. I'm telling you, kind of as the president and owner of Q, we're going to do something that was not on our radar until June or July of this year. And what I mean by this is this this vertical that we're going into, we've already identified 70 different SKUs in this vertical. And not one of them so far is over $35. They're ranging between $7 and $35. Now you're like, what is he talking about? Look, don't get confused. If you don't like the call Brittany up and say, why'd you bring the owner on here? I'm not excited anymore. So here's the reality, okay? The many of the franchisees and shareholders come to this convention for McDonald's. And what does the CEO get up on stage and say? He says, we're warning you that within the next 2 years or less, we are going to be moving towards the ability to serve breakfast 24 hours a day. Now, those guys who don't know much about that industry, it's actually not fun for a restaurant to serve lunch and breakfast at the exact same time. And there's actually health code regulations that stop certain things. But he said, listen to this, to prepare you, we want to actually talk about what's coming before breakfast 24 hours a day. Please listen to this. Because there's a certain someone who I just had dinner with. Brittany Hitch already knows. And I showed Brittany Hitch some of the new stuff that's coming, and she put her fork down and said, I'm not ready for this. My team's not ready, Jake. And a very sincere face, she said, Jake, can we postpone, please? Like, give me more time, please. I need more people. This is, you've not explained yourself well. This isn't fair. Now, I'm not joking. This was not a joke. Because Katie Bristow said, Jake, this isn't fair. Like, we need 6 more, like, we have to prepare for this. I said, I've been telling you to prepare. So the McDonald's CEO said, starting next week, we're getting into the coffee business other than black coffee. They started selling frappuccinos and all the bells and whistles. And those of you know the story, what happened? The very first day that McDonald's started selling, they sold more frou-frou coffee than Starbucks sells in an entire year. And they still make more money off of frou-frou coffee in McDonald's than Starbucks makes the entire year. You probably know where this is going. Who's the largest seller of toys in the world? It's McDonald's. Who's the largest seller of ketchup? They give more ketchup away than all major department grocery stores in America combined sell. Can you imagine that? Not selling any frappuccino or cappuccino, and what happens the day they turn it on? All those stores. And in America, you can't be in any location in America and not be within 140 miles of a McDonald's now. Is that not crazy? What happened when the breakfast thing came? McDonald's finally had their first growth quarter in, at that time, 14 and a half years. For 4.5 consecutive years, McDonald's started turning a bigger and bigger profit. What happened to their go-to provider for eggs? What happened? They outran the run rate. So they had, the first time in history, go contract more resources to keep up with the demand. And we're talking about McDonald's. Yeah. So I'm having a conversation with you, just like my mentor had with me at 26 years old, before the company that we were with launched into a vertical where Sarah and my team in the field, when we were in the field, we went from having about 800 new people a month joining our team and about 4,200 customers a month joining our team. We went from 800 and never did less than 3,000 new people on our team for 9 straight years. And we went from 4,200 customers to over 20,000 customers a month. You ready for this? So here's what I'm going to tell you. The first thing I need to have you understand is you need to stop being so emotional. This is going to be a numbers game for you for the rest of your life. So I told Brittany Kubicki here, a story earlier this year about pennies. Because this year has been a really interesting year because I turned 40 years old and I feel like I'm 80. And I told her, I said, if I had a jar of pennies and inside that jar, there were only 3 1982 pennies, the best year ever, because that's the year I'm born. And all the other pennies were different years. And I came to you and I said, you need to find those 3 pennies as fast as you can. And when you find those 3 pennies, you found Brittany Kubicki, you found Alexi Fluke, and you found Brittany Hitch. You found the 3 pennies. You never have to worry about money again in your life. It is like a financial dump truck comes to your house every Friday and dumps money, and you can't even shovel it off fast enough. And you get a phone call like I got from my wife one time, and she said, I just learned that you have not logged into our Wells Fargo account, Jake, in 9 years. I said, why do I need to? I know what I make, and I know what you spend. I know what I spend. I'm pretty sure there's millions of dollars in there. Lexi, Brittany, and Brittany are 3 pennies. So my question to you would be, would you reach inside that jar, find a 1950 penny, knowing the rule of the game is there's 3 of them in the jar? Look at it, 1950. Oh, that was so hard. 1962. This better work. 1972. Oh, 72. Oh, he said 82. Come on, little penny, you can change. We can put 10 years on here. Please. You grab a 1981, 1 year off. This is a scam. Oh my gosh, it's because I didn't join soon enough. My upline's not helping me. I need my upline to stand right by my side and hold my little hand and change my diaper so I can go grab some pennies. I don't know how to look at my ARC app, but I do know how to use the other 50 million apps on my phone. This ARC app, you tell me exactly how to use it. Uh-huh. Let's be real. If you knew that Britt, and Lexi were in that jar, and all you needed to do was find them, because let me tell you a secret. I don't wake up every day and run to Tennessee and say, Brittany, wake up. It's time to go to work. And then run back to California and tell my leaders there, then run back to Utah. Marielle Frank, wake up. I'm not Santa Claus. I can't be in all these places delivering goodies. I'm not an MLM god, and you're not an MLM god. Quit taking too much credit for finding leaders and get out of your mind about that you think you have to develop people. Leaders are found, they are not developed. And when leaders are found, they develop themselves. Now, can you motivate them by what you say? No, but you can motivate them by how you live and the example that you are. Someone said in the chat, I just saw it, and I'll read it because it's actually very similar verbiage to how I speak in my life. But since someone else said it, ooh, this is good. I'd be dumping capital. I'd be dumping that damn jar out, and I'd be searching fast. Ooh, Laura, you and I are twinners. We're from the same mold. I'm like her. I'd dump it. I'd break the jar. I wouldn't care if I needed stitches. I'd be searching frantically because through distribution is where it comes from. Now, I'm going to tell you something controversial. I don't have my drink in here to cheers you, but remember, don't be emotional. If you need me to give you an air hug, here's the air hug. I love you. I love you. You ready? Don't get emotional. Residual income does not come from customers in Q Sciences. Residual income comes from residual leaders. If you got Brittany Hitch and you found the penny, then you just got 100,000 customers. Have I gone and got the customers? Last time I checked, I haven't gotten one customer from Brittany Hitch down. But we found someone who found people who did. Are you training too much? I bet you are. Instead of training too much, you should be finding much. It's about distribution. McDonald's had the distribution. Could you imagine if both of us on here, all of us, had the opportunity to go put convenience stores on every corner and every city before Henry Ford released the automobile? They'd have to come to our gas station to get gas for the cars to work. Why am I telling you this? The end of January, when we have convention, first off, if you're not coming to convention, this talk isn't for you. And you're going to miss out on one of the greatest opportunities of a trend that will be created by the end of next year and started. And that's when people get wealthy. Please remember this. You ready for this? You can get wealthy in good times. You can get rich in good times. But generational wealth, oh man, is created and built in bad times. Bad times. Do many of you forget that in 2008, it was the largest real estate and recession that any of us had seen at that point. And in 2008, there was a gentleman, his name was what? Jeffrey Bezos, Mr. Bezos. And what did he do? He decided to take control of the e-commerce space and go from a book selling company to a everything selling company. Okay, here it comes. I'm gonna tell you. Discretionary funds are funds that you budget in your account to pay your cell phone, to pay your mortgage, to pay your bills. Look, I love our health and wellness side. It's amazing. But don't you dare forget that I'm a businessman. Health and wellness is not discretionary funds, folks. I'm not blind and I'm not naive when I told all of you months ago that the economy was going to start correcting itself. And it started, and it hasn't even gotten to the point yet where people are talking about it with almost every sentence. But it's got to the point where things like Airbnb are down 80%, where the car business now is leveling back out, where two master huge developments around Q Science's offices have now been frozen. Real estate in Utah is now, it's plateaued. In fact, that same guy, Mr. Bezos, is laying off 10,000 people every Thursday for the rest of the year. They need to get off 140,000 employees off their books from November 22nd to the end of the year. You probably started seeing it. Twitter, what did Elon Musk do? We're losing $5 million a day, so we're going to go lay off 4,000 people here and 10,000 people in December. Some of you now know what I'm talking about. See, it's not about the Brittany Hitch income. It's about the income to pay for gas for your car, for groceries, to keep your lights on. I'm going to tell you, the product line that you're about to see in the new Q Home Haven line has 9 verticals. And every one of you on here today have already budgeted most, if not all, of the products into your monthly expenses. I want to be able to give you the opportunity to sit across the table with a single mom who is shaking, who is nervous, who is scared, and is taking care of 3 children. And you have the confidence when they join Q, you say, listen, you can get started. Say, tell me what you're going to go buy for your home this week. Like, what are you shopping for on Amazon? What are you going to Walmart for? The vitamins, ma'am, can wait. Let's get you commission qualified for things that your children need. Now you're probably thinking, well, that's not that sexy. I'll tell you what is. Filling a need. Do you think that what Sarah Spencer's been doing with all these soaps is by accident? Do you not have children that go to a pantry often for snacks? Ooh, that could be interesting. Could you imagine a Q pantry line with protein pancakes and waffles and healthy bars and healthy Teddy Grahams? This is weird where my mind goes. Holy crap, I used shampoo today. And I needed my wife to kiss me, so I even used my own toothpaste. This is interesting. What is it in your household? 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks a month? How many more people do you need in your organization? 2, 3, 4, 500 to redirect discretionary funds to create volume when we flip on the switch? You need 2 people, you need 4. If you have 20 people in your team, you need 40. You've all been warned. The January convention will be the convention where we completely exit the MLM world of mediocrity and show people this is a business. Now, I'll tell you, there are 2 major comp plan enhancements coming to our company. One, for those people who are really good at building distribution and bringing people and inviting friends and family to the opportunity. Now in January, I'll warn you, in the 1st of January, we're gonna lower some more prices. So on that January 3rd conference call, be ready for us to probably really evaluate where Armor is and where the Detox is and where a lot of our drinks are. We need to help people not focus on profit. But I'm going to warn you, we need to be in a position where people can shop for necessities in their home and become commission qualified with less money out of their pocket. I'm telling you, we predicted it months ago. Look what just happened in November. I'm telling you, as an owner, as your friend, hopefully you're all in this lodge at some point in 2023. I invite you to come. It's a really good time. You get to come upstairs when training starts, and Brittany gets to lead my training and come up here and talk to my wife one-on-one and to skip out on all the good stuff. Just joking, Brittany. It was a great training that you missed. But the reality is I want you here. We need you here. We need your perspective, your fresh set of eyes, and we need you to come help lead the new company that we're bringing inside this substantiated, solid company that you've all helped make. My goal is to keep us all safe. And we've gotten to a really amazing spot in business, but we can't keep doing the same things we've been doing if we want to go somewhere that no company has gone. Will there be change? Yes, there'll be change. Will it be hard? I don't believe it's going to be hard. Will some of you make a bunch of money? Yes, some of you will. The challenge will be, will you keep up with the growth that you need as a person to validate the responsibility that you'll be burdened with? I want to wish you guys a happy holidays. I don't know how much you're going to be seeing of me on Mondays. I know you'll see me on the 16th. That might be the last time for this year until January 3rd. Hope you guys use the Christmas cash and get your new people paid. I made the decision tonight to cancel tomorrow's live because I unfortunately received some messages and some texts from brand new people who for some reason have believed that a system in Q is a Facebook page or a team page or a group thing on Facebook, and not getting their hands held to overcome their fear and once again feel hope like they did that first time they saw that presentation. We can do better, and we can get prepared for the 16th and the convention if we always have integrity and realize that the newest person is the person that matters. That's who matters. The $100 that can be paid out next Friday and the Friday right before Christmas to maybe save a Christmas. My mentor told me in closing, if you're just always too big, Jake, to do the small things, then you're too small to achieve the big things. Thank you for joining me tonight. I look forward to seeing where this relationship goes. And I look forward to seeing you all at Discover, because I need you there to get trained on this, to hear the vision of this, from everything from Q Appliance to Q Pet to Q Pantry to Q Home Bath and Body, all of it. It's going to be crazy. Thank you so much, and I'll be talking to you guys soon.
Thank you, Jake. Woo. All right, guys. That was